Hello and welcome to Gulf Energy in 2026, and what a year it has been so far. The conflict that was always going to happen is here, and the world is rapidly falling to its knees. The fragility of the global energy supply chains and the overdependence and reliance on volatile regions is seeing the entire world currently navigating the most severe energy supply shock in history. Following the launch of Operation Epic Fury in late February 2026, Iran's retaliatory strikes have seriously damaged vital production and processing facilities and effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, halting the dispatch of 20% of the world's seaborne oil and LNG. From the 1967 Six-Day War to the 2026 Hormuz crisis, 60 years of oil shocks have reshaped the global economy. Each decade brought escalating disruptions: the Arab embargo, the Iranian Revolution, the Gulf War, 9/11, the 2008 crash, COVID. Now, Operation Epic Fury has shut down the Strait of Hormuz, cutting 8 million barrels a day, the largest supply disruption in history. The lesson is clear: energy dependence is a vulnerability. Energy sovereignty is survival. But here's what makes 2026 different from every crisis before it. For decades, the world has been building an ever-growing dependency on fossil fuels to power its digital infrastructure. Data centers, driven by AI, cloud, and crypto, are devouring electricity, surging toward 945 terawatt-hours by 2030. And yet the energy supply feeding that demand has only grown more unstable. More shocks, more frequently, more severe. The collision was inevitable. And now the scramble has begun. For example, Japan depends on the Middle East for 95% of its crude oil. With Hormuz shut, Japan's industry minister has already asked Australia to boost LNG output to fill the gap. This is what energy vulnerability looks like in real time. One of the world's largest economies, powering factories, cities, and data centers, forced to go begging for fuel because a single choke point closed. So where does Japan turn? Where does all of East and Southeast Asia turn? Look at the alternatives. Qatar, locked behind Hormuz. Russia, sanctioned, with Arctic projects stalled and extreme expropriation risk. Mozambique, PNG, Nigeria, years away from reliable scale, with weak governance and force majeure exposure. Then there's Australia, 94th percentile rule of law, 96th percentile corruption control, zero choke point risk, no force majeure, direct, open sea lanes to every major Asian buyer. Australia doesn't just stand alone, it stands apart. And what stands out in Australia is Gulf Energy and its extraordinarily high potential natural gas opportunities. Located at the Bamaga Basin at the very north of Australia and at the beginning of Southeast Asia, when developed, Gulf Energy will be able to deliver LNG to Tokyo in 7 days. Gulf Energy's New Frontier project offers upstream investors a Tier 1 jurisdiction, large-scale resource potential, and direct access to fast-growing Asian markets. With independently assessed high-case potential of up to 36 trillion cubic feet of gas, that's the equivalent of over 6 billion barrels of oil, and confirmed petroleum liquids within shallow, 70-meter waters close to the port of Weipa, Gulf's Q23P stands as one of Australia's most compelling undeveloped gas opportunities. And at the heart of the project is the Lion Prospect, with an estimated 3.8 to 10.3 TCF of recoverable gas, de-risked by nearly 5,000 kilometers of modern 2D seismic and fully audited by Gaffney Klein. Gulf Energy is seeking $50 million to fund the Lion 1 Wildcat well and appraisal program, with even a conservative 1 TCF discovery supporting a robust FLNG development and strong forecast returns. Drill-ready timing from 2027, a clear path to supplying both Australia's domestic market and Asian LNG buyers makes an investment in Gulf Energy, a rare ground-floor entry into a world-class asset at the exact moment when secure, non-Middle Eastern gas is at a premium and will remain so. For information about this exciting and never been more timely opportunity, please reach out to Gulf Energy at gulfenergy.com.au and us at PanEuro.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.